details. I'm Gabi Conti.
And I'm Jana.
Yes, guys, we have Jana on. I'm Jana Rosenberg, and this is the Hollywire Tea Party. It wouldn't be a Monday without some Braddison tea, am I right? It's been a busy past few days for Bryce Hall and Addison Rae after the non-official pair got nominated for Most Iconic Couple by J14 last week. Since that announcement, the two have appeared to be inseparable by making even more TikToks, working out at the celebrity gym, the Dog Pound, and even their moms appear to be getting pretty tight. But there seems to be trouble in paradise, not between Addison and Bryce, but from haters who appear to be annoyed by their constant display of affection. Most recently by TikToker Queen Blackwell, who reacted to a video of Bryce and Addison by screaming in a corner, "No, please stop." Addison then commented on that video, defending her relationship by saying, "I am happy." Okay, I feel like this relationship, these two just can't win. It's like when they're not together, we want them to be together. We want to see the PDA. When they are together, it's like, no, too much PDA, please stop. Like, I personally feel confused by the fandom of Braddison at this point.
Me too. I also want to explain to our viewers who are unfamiliar with Dumois who Dumois is. Dumois is an Instagram account that has been keeping us sane during the pandemic with the freshest tea about all of the celebrities. People send in first encounters. She posts blind items, and she has been posting a lot about Bryce Hall and Addison Rae. Dumois, welcome to Tea Party. You're not going to see her face.
Thanks, ladies.
She never shows it.
She is the gossip girl, you guys.
She is a real life gossip girl.
Thanks, guys. So did you ladies see that Addison just shut off all her comments?
Yes. What do you think about that?
I just noticed it. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to think. And then everyone was going over to Bryce's to see if anyone was talking about why she shut off her comments. And I didn't get deep into it, but off the top, I didn't get any information of why she was, upset and would shut off comments. I have no idea what they were. I guess they were hating on the TikTok.
I think it's coming a lot from this Queen Blackwell TikTok that has been going around. So basically they're getting a lot of hate. They're getting a lot of people, thinking they shouldn't be together. A lot of people who think their relationship is fake. But also, Dixie D'Amelio and Noah Beck were also victims of being called that they're having a fake relationship. And because they've been off and on for so long, I guess it's kind of hard to keep track if they're on or off, but they seem very much on right now. Dumois, what has been like the kind of comments that you've been getting? Because I know you've been getting split comments of people defending their relationship as well, and also saying that this relationship is fake. What have you been seeing?
Yeah. So the first message I got was someone saying that they were going to break up on December 3rd, which was actually hilarious. And I thought it was funny, which is why I posted it, that they pinpointed a specific date, but it kind of went viral. And then the person, I think, got nervous that they said this and emailed me again and said, "Oh, no, I was just kidding. Like, I just made that up." But it started this whole train of me receiving emails. And of course, I don't post everything I receive, but receiving a bunch of emails, and it was split. Like 50% of the people were saying they thought it was fake, and 50% of the people were saying, no, it's real. And the most convincing and seemed most plausible message I got was someone who said that they are somewhat PR and somewhat real. So it is like there is some truth to them being a couple, but maybe their relationship is played up for PR purposes, which makes sense.
I think Gabi and I talk about this all the time. The effect that Braddison has on the internet is like, we've seen it before, but wow. I mean, it is huge. That's why your email got flooded, Dumois. Like, it is crazy. Anything that happens with these two, it breaks the internet. It's like most viewed. It's wild. I feel like these two realized the power that they had together because of the power they have separately. And 100% they use it. Why would they not? They're content creators. It is literally their job to create content and put it on the internet. I will say, I feel like that being said, there is a very real aspect to this relationship. And that's why I think we see it being so on and off and so sticky. I think Addison has, standards that she wants to uphold. And I think Bryce had to learn how to meet those. So it seems like he has, like, in my opinion, it seems like, I don't know.
I think that this is, just from observing and reading the emails and thinking about it, first of all, they remind me of Zac Efron and like Vanessa Hudgens, like via like High School Musical days. Like it's like that vibe. And maybe it's because they're like singing and dancing like on TikTok, and then now they're a couple and everyone's obsessed with them. So I think people are like, we're kind of starved for that kind of celebrity relationship, which is maybe also why that generation latches on to these TikTok couples. But I do think they started off real. Like when everyone was hanging out at the Hype House, like back then when everyone was friends, you could see that they had a crush on each other. Like you could see it in their TikToks. And I think that Bryce did some stuff that probably upset her. And I think that Addison also realized like maybe her star power could rise a little higher, which is why she also attached herself to Kourtney Kardashian. And during that time, like Bryce wasn't really around. So I think like a combination of like things that he did and then maybe her management team pushing her into a certain direction sort of made them split up in the middle. Now, why they're back together now, I don't know. I personally don't know if it's 100% authentic. I mean, we're just, viewing what they're putting out there. And to me, like total opinion, it kind of seems a little forced.
Well, because of the volume of content that they're releasing so quickly, and I think that's why there was that TikTok in response. I don't think that we should be giving them a hard time, but I do think it's kind of like, when something is so in your face, you're kind of like, well, is this real? I think that's why some fans are wondering that. And according to Bryce Hall, I love that you think they're like Zac Efron and Vanessa Hudgens back in the High School Musical days. But according to Bryce, they're like Jelena, which, Justin Bieber, Selena Gomez, which we all know how that ended.
He wishes. He freaking wishes. I mean, okay.
Yeah.
Justin Bieber.
I think it's like the phenomenon of Jelena. It was on again, off again. We're like hoping for it because they're like teasing it, So I think but yes, let's not compare Bryce Hall to Justin Bieber. I love Bryce Hall, but
thank you.
We are not going to do that.
Well, and we've also been seeing too that, they've also been not only are they posting a lot of TikToks together, Bryce is also using their relationship a lot to get viewers for his YouTube videos. I mean, every video he's been posting since they've been together has Addison in the title somewhere, but the video isn't really not about Addison, which not to blame him. I mean, we also use titles any YouTube creator is going to use a title that could be a little misleading, but still is about the thing. So I understand why he's doing that, but I mean, it's been happening more and more since they've been together.
Well, I mean, he admits it. They'll laugh and be like, clickbait, ha ha ha, clickbait, so they admit that they know what they're doing. But yeah, I mean, jury is still out for me on what their relationship is truly right now. I mean, unpopular opinion. Like, I know that you said they're cranking out a lot of TikToks. I mean, she'll go silent for like a day or two. She won't post any. He I feel like is more consistent. She kind of looks like over it, like, I don't know, like maybe she's ready to move on to the next thing. There's been, whispers about her starring in a movie or doing other projects. So how much longer are they going to dance on this app for? I mean,
I don't know. She's super happy. I don't know. Sorry, maybe unpopular opinion, but like she just posted this TikTok before the PCAs. Bryce was there again, helping her prepare, I guess, like mentally being there to comfort her or whatever. And she looked incredibly happy. Also, her dad had just said, if she's happy, I'm happy. I don't know. Like, I've always said this from the beginning. I feel like Addison is like super in love with Bryce. And I think she tries to play it cool sometimes. But I think it's the reason she keeps going back, truly.
Really? Wow. I think opposite.
No, well, didn't you get a blind recently, or that someone sent you something in saying that they are actually a couple, they are hooking up, but one of them likes the other one more?
Yes. And I did. And I forgot. And now oh darn, I should have pulled it up. But yes, And I think it said that he liked her more, which is actually what I get from the videos.
Well, you know, he was the one who said he wanted her back while Addison was kind of thriving with Courtney, doing her own thing, became attached to a movie, is currently a movie star in the making. And you just did a question recently on your Instagram story asking people who they think the next big Gen Z star is. And I saw it was a lot of Addison.
A lot. And I didn't even post half the answers I got. It was literally between Zendaya and Addison. So people are putting Addison Rae at the same level as Zendaya right now, which is freaking crazy if you really think about it.
Right.
But like, good for her is what I say. So, I mean, yeah, that's 100% true. And I think that he kind of knows in the back of his mind that, like, I don't think he can do better than her, to be honest.
I totally agree with that. That's so true.
And can you also tell our viewers, like, how do you choose which content you post as a story and which ones you don't? Like, I know you do a little bit of background work and figuring it out, but also you say, like, you know, you want your viewers to kind of take everything you post with a grain of salt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because especially if it's something is coming, like I have different mediums in which you could submit, and there is like a part on my website where you can submit something very, very anonymously. So I take those emails, you know, a little bit more with a grain of salt than the DMs because I can't see who's sending them. So I got a lot of Braddison emails rather than DMs because I think a lot of their fans were writing in, you know, either for or against them, which I don't know how you could be a fan of someone and be against them, but people were, you know, very passionate about it. So there's that way to detect. And, you know, I've just learned, you know, just by doing this, the way something's written, and I don't want to give away too many clues because it'll ruin it, but the way something is written can definitely give it away.
I love that.
Makes sense. I could see that. I mean, you know,
yeah,
I could see it. Kids, adults, you know what I mean? Like,
there's
grammar. I know that was a thing with you recently with an executive in the grammar. People were calling it
studio
out.
exec. I read that.
Yeah, grammar. I mean, just certain things, or just the way something is phrased. So yeah, like a lot of the Braddison ones were fun, but I didn't post them because I thought they were just mainly fan opinions claiming to know someone who's, you know, who works for their management. Totally. That being said, like, you know, what I posted, I don't know if it was true. I mean, I thought the post about them breaking up on December 3rd was funny, which was why I posted it. I was not expecting it to get as much attention as it did. And I know that Bryce went on a podcast and talked about it.
Yes, he did.
Which was funny because, you know, I didn't take it seriously. I just kind of, sometimes you have to read between the lines of what I post. Like, there might be a nugget in there of truth, and then the rest might be ridiculous, but, you know, that's for the reader to decide. I'm never going to tell the reader one way or the other. I definitely have my opinions, but I try to keep them to myself unless I'm invited on a great show like this and get to share. So,
and we love having you on here. This is so much fun.
Thanks.
A little bit more about what has been going on with Bryce Hall and Addison Rae. So yes, they were getting a lot of negativity. There was this one TikTok, and all of the people the person who stood up for them, actually, funny enough, was Griffin Johnson. He is sticking up for Braddison. He commented on TikTok Insider's post of Queen Blackwell's video saying, quote, "I love how it's always the people who preach mental health that do stuff like this." He also did a duet with this video, and then she called Griffin out for cheating on Dixie D'Amelio. Griffin then commented back saying, "That was 3 months ago, at least hit me with something good." And so basically after that, Griffin deleted all these duets that he did, and he said, "I'm just gonna drop it. Really, it wasn't that deep to begin with." And he went on to say that, you know, this whole situation is not about him at all. It was him trying to stick up for his friends because the horrible comments they were receiving. That is where I want the attention to be focused, not on the stupid drama. Let her have her moment, but just realize how disgusting it is to support that behavior. So I think her is referring to the girl who was trolling Bryce and Addison. And then also, this is probably why Addison turned off her comments, because she's been getting a lot of hate on her videos. So I think that's why this is what's going on right now with them.
Got it. First of all, I mean, I say what you will about the Sway Boys, but they have each other's back, which I freaking love. I think that's like You don't see that a lot in Hollywood or entertainment. Like they have each other's back, and that's, to me, that, I don't know, it gives them points in my book. I know they get a lot of, you know, backlash for other things they do, but I think that's kind of awesome that they have that tight bond. Also, like, didn't Queen Blackwell just get blasted for living at Diplo's?
Yes, and that was Griffin's last clapback at her. He was like, well, at least, you know, I don't support a guy. And then, you know, Diplo has been calling out as a child groomer and all that stuff. So he clapped back at her for that. So yes, she has been under fire for that as well.
Yeah. I mean, that doesn't, if I were her, I would kind of lay low because of that, rather than putting out.
Then make like a big, like, obviously that's going to get a lot of attention. Her making that duet video, that wasn't very nice. I have to say, you know, props to Griffin. Griffin's been through the ringer, as he should have. You know, he cheated on his girlfriend, whatever. But he has, I feel like we've talked about this before on this show, but he's really risen. Like, he's handled so many things so maturely. And I, again, like you said, Dumois, like, I love that the Sway boys have each other's backs. I also love that they have the person that they're dating's back. Like, once I saw Taylor Holder help Addison get into a car, when Bryce, like, was working through paparazzi, I don't know. It is really, really cool to see a group of super successful kids all stick together through their rise to fame. And yeah, I mean, Griffin Johnson, like, couldn't have said it better. Look, like, this is not, no one should be preaching mental health and then going on the internet and bashing anyone. Like, I'm sorry. That's just, like, so annoying. But yeah, I'm glad he said something, and I love when these kids stick up for each other. It's truly the best.
What about Griffin and Kelly Osbourne? Like, whatever happened with that?
I was going to ask you about that, because I think that I know that someone had written into you saying that, or claiming that talent agencies are putting these relationships together. And they said that was the cause of Griffin and Kelly. Griffin's manager later went on to say that the relationship between Griffin and Kelly was like a mentorship because he's getting into hosting. But then we never saw any more of Griffin and Kelly. But what do you think about that relationship?
Yeah. I agree. I think that maybe she was like giving him some pointers. I do think that they took that dinner meeting or date as an opportunity for paparazzi to take their picture to keep people guessing. But I kind of was into it. I like wanted it to be a thing. I was like, that's like kind of like a cool crossover. I don't know what their age difference is. I don't know if
it's
Griffin,
not
how old Griffin is.
Yeah,
but
Griffin's 21, I believe, and Kelly is 40 something. And I think all the time in Hollywood, we see much older men with younger girls. I think it should be able to go both ways, and we should accept it. If we're going to accept Brad Pitt hanging out with a 20-something-year-old and he's like 50, then we should be okay with a 40-year-old woman hanging out with a 21-year-old guy. And if it's platonic, I mean, not platonic, if it's mutual, and they like each other, like, who are we to judge?
Totally. No, I totally agree with you. I was into it. I like wanted them to be a couple. I was like here for it. But yeah, I mean, in the end, we never saw them again. We saw them maybe once or twice. I'm sure Kelly's like living her best life, dating around. You know, she's like basically Hollywood. You know, she's an icon in Hollywood because of her family and her MTV show and whatever. But yeah, I was here for it. I was like, all right.
I think it's so funny that when they went to dinner together, it's so typical. Everyone just assumes girl and guy go to dinner together, they must be dating, right? But I knew from the start, I never thought this was a dating thing. I think this was a lot of these big celebrities are clinging to these TikTok stars because of the massive amount of clout that they have within the industry right now. You know, they're what's hot, they're what's being talked about. So immediately I was like, oh, another celebrity jumping on the train, on the TikTok train. I don't think there's anything romantic going on there, but I kind of agree with you. It would be cool to see. Totally here for it.
Yeah. Totally. I mean, it'll be interesting to see, like, as more famous as the TikTok stars become, like, who they actually link up with in Hollywood, because right now it's very insular, you know, they're all hanging out together, they're all like dating each other, but like I'm sure they come across, you know, other celebs, and they come across even more, you know.
give it all celebs. It's just gonna be good.
Tony over here, who's our Hollywire CEO, says that he thinks that after the pandemic, that the only celebs left are going to be TikTok stars because they've been the ones that.
I hope not. Love all
I
of
would,
them,
but I will say, I think the pause in production, the pause in or how many fewer productions are actually happening, and TikTok stars are releasing content on the daily and also going out, which is very, very controversial as that is. They're keeping us entertained, as well as you, Dumois, are keeping us entertained too with all of the tea that you're getting, which we are so grateful for. That has kept us very much sane during this crazy time.
So true.
Thank you.
So
Thanks,
much
guys.
agreed.
I appreciate it.
Now Addison is actually speaking up on all of these hate comments that she's been receiving about her relationship with Bryce by tweeting, "Why are people so mean? They don't actually know," followed by, "I can't believe being hateful has become normalized." And then she turned off all her comments on her TikToks with her and Bryce, including her most recent video from last night's People's Choice Awards, where Bryce almost kisses her on camera. Speaking of last night's People's Choice Awards, it appears that Bryce was there for Addison the whole time she was presenting last night, as Braddison House 3 spotted Bryce in the background of Addison's Instagram post of her getting glammed before the big night. I mean, that's when you know something's really serious, when you have your significant other there with you while you're getting your makeup done to go present an award show. You know what I mean? That to me is just such a big deal. So you know what? I'm kind of sad that all of a sudden they're getting all this hate for being PDA. I just feel like she probably feels like she cannot win, but I will say it's lonely at the top, and I feel like people that are that famous and that talked about, you're always going to get 50% hate, 50% love. So I hope she just kind of, I feel for her. I hope I hate that she had to turn off her comments and whatnot just because of this relationship that she probably wants to be in,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She does get it hard, I have to say, across the board. I feel like she gets it the worst.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it honestly comes from jealousy. She's
Totally.
a cute girl, she's pretty, she's poised, and she handles everything with class. She never claps back. She's always seems pretty calm and collected. Who knows what's going on behind the scenes, but that's how she presents herself. And I think that makes people even more angry that she doesn't respond aggressively.
Totally.
So they're trying to get a rise out of her, and they won't. So I say stay strong, girl. She's doing it the right way.
I do think she's on her way to really becoming a superstar. And I do think what's interesting with these TikTokers is the ones who are going to end up becoming mainstream celebrities are the ones who are able to create content outside of the app, and content that we'll watch time and time again. When you think of celebrities, I keep on saying Brad Pitt, but Brad Pitt's a huge celebrity because of the movies that he's made. So I do think that and Dixie D'Amelio's doing with her music a little bit. I think that these stars need to have other projects, and Addison's definitely on the path to that, especially how she's become a presenter. I think that's that really is getting into the space of being a mainstream celebrity.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and she was probably super nervous last night,
yes,
to be on that show with all these A-list stars. Maybe he was there to just make her feel comfortable and calm her nerves.
Totally.
Right. Well, because he was the first one who really brought her into he was the one who welcomed her to LA, helped her get into TikTok more when she came out here. So I definitely could see that whole don't forget where you came from kind of thing. I feel in many ways, whether they're dating or whether they're just friends, I feel like Bryce is very much Addison's rock for sure.
Absolutely. I agree.
That's cute.
Yeah. Well, also, it appears that Bryce and Addison's moms are getting very close. Bryce Hall just shared a picture of him taking a picture of his mom with Addison's mom, likely taken by Addison, on his Instagram story. His mom shared that shot of her and Sherry on her Instagram feed. Bryce Hall's mom captioned the shot "Pouty Animals" with a purple devil emoji, referring to her son's merch, "Party Animal," with Addison Rae's merch, "Pouty Face." Sherry then commented on the caption, adding "Well, yes," with a purple devil emoji. Just before this mom hang, Addison tweeted a shot of her on Twitter with the Ariana Grande Positions lyric, "Boy, I'm trying to meet your mama on a Sunday." Yes, Addison and Bryce's mom do follow each other on Instagram. So, whatever their relationship it does seem like they are getting closer and closer, which we love to see because we know we have a lot of Braddison shippers watching.
Yes, I got so many DMs about the moms hanging out. I was like, what is happening right now? But everyone was so excited to see their moms hanging out. So then with all the PDA hate, I was like, I'm still a little confused. But that being said, I know Bryce's mom like adores Addison. She said it on her Twitter. So it's kind of cool to see Sherry and Bryce's mom hanging out.
It is. Well, guys, we want to know what you guys think about Braddison. And Dumois, thank you so much for joining us. People can follow you on Instagram, right?
Yes, they can follow me on Instagram at DEUXMOI.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining us, guys. I'm Gabi Conti.
I'm Dumois.
I'm Jana Rosenberg. And keep it here on Hollywire for more Hollywire Tea Party. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.